So a little while ago, I did a pre-season gauntlet asking for some bold predictions from some of the best people, not only on YouTube, but in my footy circle as well. And I loved it, and it looks like you guys did too. But just a few days ago, I went to Reddit and asked fans, what are their 2023 bold predictions? And I'm going to react to some of my favourites.
I don't believe it! I see it, but I don't believe it!
Adelaide scrape in the 8 and Port finish 12th. Now, I can kind of half get on board here. Adelaide kind of remind me of being in a relationship and the person keeps saying that they're going to change and improve and you keep waiting for it and it just doesn't come at all. The Crows, of course, really good in 2017 since we know everything on and off the field that's happened since then, but I'm going to have to see it until I believe. Port finishing 12th, I can absolutely see that, and that would see Ken Hinkley get the sack. And rightly so, just based on performance, regardless of what you think as Hinkley as a coach. If Port Adelaide think that re-signing him after finishing 12th is consistent with the messaging that they're putting out, they're out of their damn mind. So I can buy the Port Adelaide one a little bit. I can't buy Adelaide scraping into the 8. Saints finish top 4 out of the finals in straight sets. How? Just someone explain to me. Now, I've got the Saints finishing kind of anywhere in between the bottom half of the 8 and by probably bottom quarter, 7th or 8th, and they could go anywhere, 13th, 14th, 15th. I've had some people have them as low as 17th. I'm not sure if I buy into that. Out in straight sets, they absolutely would if they did finish top 4, so that part of it, I couldn't agree more with. I have no clue how the Saints are going to finish 4th. Ross Lyon is going to have to do a Coach of the Year style performance, and if you're thinking to yourself, well, Collingwood did it, Collingwood were good before they dipped and went back up the ladder, even though they had the new coach. St Kilda, 2020 was the last time they were good, so we'll see. But I don't think they're playing top 4 style football really at any point throughout 2023. The Suns win an elimination final after finishing 8th. I love this. I so want this to happen. But I kind of have a dream way that I want this to happen. I want them to beat Richmond. If Richmond finish 5th and play the Suns at the MCG and the Suns win, can you imagine the city of Melbourne just going absolutely bunter? It would be, honestly, it would be one of the greatest things I've ever seen in terms of footy. It would be so great. Ben King, look, the Suns making the 8, I can totally buy that as a premise. If they're as good as they can be, I think 6th would probably be their absolute ceiling. So 8th, yeah, I can see it. Winning an elimination final, winning it against anyone, as we know, would be a massive achievement, their first final ever. But geez, if I could pick their opponent, beating the Tigers would just be absolutely amazing. Larkey, top 3 in the Coleman. Again, I would really love to see this. I kind of went through a phase where I didn't know whether Nick Larkey was a good forward overall, the best forward in a bad team, or where he was at. Was he early Jack Riewoldt before he started winning Coleman medals? Where was he at? But I am a believer in Suva. He does need help. Jack Riewoldt, we said he needed help, and yes, they did win the 2017 flag without him having Lynch in the picture, but that was the pressure that was being put on him. He was really, really good that year anyway, but he still won the Coleman medal, so it didn't have to be all about Jack. It doesn't necessarily need to be about Nick Larkey, but if Nick is to be top 3, top 5 in the Coleman medal, not only do North have to be considerably better than what they are, the delivery inside 50 has to be better. They can't let Larkey be in 2-on-1 situations on the lead. In a contest, you can't help it. Sometimes you've got to fight your way through that. But if he's their only threat, they're going to triple team him, double team him, and it's not going to happen. So if this is going to come true, North are going to considerably improve. I hope it happens. I think he's a really good footballer, and his set shot goal kicking, for the most part, is superb. Sam Berry breaks the record for tackles in a game, but falls just short of Scott Selwood's record. I love how precise this is. I'll buy it, sure. Did Rory Laird break the tackles record last year? I think he did. So Sam Berry absolutely could, but if he's fighting with Laird on that front, he might be in a little bit of trouble. But if Laird misses a game, book him in. He's a tackling machine. It's a part of his game. Now, when you're young, especially as a midfielder, you need a trick. And being a tackler, nothing wrong with that if you evolve the other parts of your game. So I don't think Sam Berry should be discounted from the good young midfielders because He's not kicking the ball 60, 65 metres or getting it 30, 35 times. He's got an aspect to his game which is really good, and it can evolve from there. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. I hope he breaks the record. That would be pretty cool to see. Falling one short of Scossold. If that happens, whoever wrote this, if you're somehow watching this, I'll buy you a slab of whatever you want, because that would just be perfection. Charlie Curnow becomes him. Now, if you're not really aware of what this term means, because I do look at the age demographics of my videos, him in the quotation marks is usually a US sport reference or an EPL, English Premier League reference, to when a guy becomes not only the best version of him, but a genuine superstar. So, back in the older days, if you will, when Gary Ablett Jr. had his breakout year, 2007, I think it must have been, we would have gone, oh, he's him. Buddy in 08, he's him. You know what I kind of mean? But Charlie Curnow is already him. He is that guy. He just won the Coleman Medal, fully fit. He's one of the best key forwards in the competition. And if you were taking a full forwards draft right now, if he's not going 1, he's going 2. And even if you hate the Blues, he's not sliding to 4. So I'm pretty sure Charlie Curnow is already him. He became him last year. Freo to play in the grand final. My only question on Freo, and I've brought this up in a couple of videos, I don't think they score enough. Defensive teams do get into grand finals. Hell, Freo did it themselves in 2013. But in the modern AFL, you're going to have to score in finals. They struggled to in the elimination final against the Dogs. Now, I know they came back and eventually won that game. So, all power to them. But they couldn't score against the Pies. So, it's going to be a downfall. You've got to score to win finals, as contested a game as it is. And I don't think Freo have got the firepower to do that just yet. But I'm on board the Andy Brayshaw, Caleb Sarong train, so if they do get there, it's probably not going to be against my team, so I'll root for the Dockers, why not? Mitch McGovern gets an All-Australian jacket. No. Toby Greene doesn't get a suspension this season and wins the Brownlow. At his best, at his peak, Toby Greene can win a Brownlow. The problem that he's got is he's either going to have to kick 60 goals as a small forward, which I'm not sure if he can do with the quality of GWS's list, or he's going to have to go into the midfield as he did early in his career and have 30 and kick 2, or have 28 and kick 3, which he definitely can do. We've seen that before, but it's just not his role. No one else from the Giants can score. Jake Riccardi is not established in their 22. Jesse Hogan is flaky. You can't put all the scoring prowess on Aaron Cadman. I think they drafted Grzuski as well. Is he going to play forward? We don't know. They're small forwards again. They don't really excite you at all. So as much as I would love to see it, I'm a Toby Greene fan, the way he plays the game, the type of player that he is. Yes, he's done some shitty things, but, I mean, we all have. I can't see it happening. I would love to. I can't see it happening. Sam Draper becomes a marquee player, top 3 ruck. And the reason for the thumbnail. Now, I picked Draper to win Essendon's best and fairest last year, and that fizzled out. So I'm going to have a hard time buying this until I see it. The marqueeness to him, I think, is going to be evident. I mean, that goal of the year contender, I think he actually won it, didn't he? Put him over the line. He's the guy that Essendon can marquee around, which is good. Is he a marquee player for the competition? I still think you've got to be one of the best in the league to be marqueeable, which I know is the point of this take. But top 3 ruck? Really? Are we even comprehensively sure he's top 10? He's definitely not top 5. Gawn, Grundy, Goldstein, Darcy. I know that's only 4. I'm definitely missing someone obvious off the top of my head here, but you've got guys on the lower rung that he's going to be fighting as well. Is he going to beat even a Luke Jackson, even though he's a second ruck? Riley O'Brien, Oscar McInerney, Darcy Cameron. Is that really going to get the job done? Jared Witts, he was the obvious one that I was thinking of before. So is he going to pass these guys? Hard to see, but if he's a top 3 ruck next year, how good are the Bombers going to be going? That would be really exciting to watch. But that's it, guys. Some hot takes there with the reactions. What do you think? Is this something viable that you want to see going forward? Well, you're going to have to vote with the like button, with the subscribe, and with the comment section. Let me know what you think. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? Over 200 responses to this thread, so I can definitely do more of these. Got another video coming during the week, and then I'm going to have Smithy, the great man, jump on with me next weekend for a fantastic video. Can't wait for that. Look after yourselves, look after each other, guys, and until next time, goodbye.